A woman worth billions hid her designer clothes, left her luxury car behind, and walked the streets looking like someone the world had forgotten. She wanted to discover who people really were when they believed no one important was watching. Before the sun set, she met a struggling single dad who had almost nothing left. He had one simple meal, just enough to stop his own hunger. Yet without asking for anything in return, he quietly split it in half and handed the better portion to a complete stranger. Neither of them knew that this small act of kindness was about to change both of their lives forever. Before we begin, welcome to Heartline Stories. If stories about kindness, hope, and second chances touch your heart, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment telling us where you're watching from. Your support helps us bring more inspiring stories to life. Emma Lawson was the CEO of one of the largest technology companies in America. Newspapers called her the Iron CEO because of her sharp business decisions and incredible success. Her company employed thousands of people, but lately she couldn't stop thinking about one question. Were people still kind when they believed kindness would bring them nothing in return? One Friday morning, Emma made a surprising decision. She dressed in old jeans, a faded jacket, and worn-out sneakers she had bought from a thrift store. She removed her expensive jewelry, tied her hair into a simple ponytail, and left her phone, driver, and security team behind. "I want to spend one day as someone nobody notices," she whispered. She walked through downtown Chicago, where people rushed past without making eye contact. At a coffee shop, customers ignored her. At another store, a worker asked her to leave because they thought she might scare away customers. Each rejection hurt more than she expected. By late afternoon, Emma had wandered into a quiet neighborhood park. She sat on an empty bench, tired and hungry. The weather had become colder, and dark clouds covered the sky. Across the playground sat Daniel Brooks, a single father raising his 8-year-old daughter Lily after his wife passed away from cancer 3 years earlier. Daniel worked 2 jobs. During the day he repaired air conditioners. At night he stocked shelves at a grocery store. Even with both jobs, paying rent, buying groceries, and raising Lily alone had become almost impossible. That afternoon, Daniel had packed 2 peanut butter sandwiches. One was for Lily after school. The second was his dinner before starting his night shift. Lily looked toward the lonely woman sitting nearby. "Dad," she whispered, "that lady looks really hungry." Daniel looked over. Emma kept staring at the ground, trying to hide the tears forming in her eyes. Without thinking twice, Daniel stood up. "Excuse me, ma'am," he said gently. "Would you like something to eat?" Emma looked surprised. "Oh, no, I'm fine." Daniel smiled kindly. "It's okay. I've learned that sometimes people say they're fine when they're really not." He opened his lunch bag and handed her the fresher sandwich. Emma stared at it. "But this is your dinner." He shrugged. "I'll be okay. I've skipped meals before. Nobody should be hungry." Lily walked over carrying a small juice box. "You can have mine too," she said with a bright smile. "Dad says sharing makes your heart full even if your stomach isn't." Emma felt tears rolling down her cheeks. Nobody had treated her with this much kindness in years. The 3 of them sat together eating simple sandwiches while talking about life. Daniel never complained. He spoke proudly about Lily's good grades, her dream of becoming a veterinarian, and how every hard day felt worth it because of her smile. Emma asked, "Don't you ever get tired of struggling?" Daniel laughed softly. "Every day. So why keep helping strangers?" He looked toward his daughter. "Because she's always watching me. I'd rather leave her kindness than money. Money can disappear. Character stays forever." Those words stayed with Emma long after the conversation ended. As the evening grew darker, rain suddenly began pouring. Daniel removed his only dry jacket and wrapped it around Emma. "You'll catch a cold," Emma protested. He smiled. "I still have to work tonight. I'll warm up moving boxes." She wanted to tell him who she really was. Instead, she quietly thanked him and watched him walk away holding Lily's hand through the rain. The next Monday morning, Daniel arrived at work expecting another ordinary day. Instead, his manager rushed toward him. "Daniel, someone from Lawson Technologies is here asking for you." Daniel looked confused. "I've never even applied there." He followed the manager outside. Waiting beside a black luxury SUV stood Emma, wearing an elegant business suit. Daniel froze. It took several seconds before he recognized her. The woman from the park? Emma smiled warmly. Yes. Then she reached into her bag and returned his old jacket, freshly cleaned and carefully folded. "I believe this belongs to you." Daniel stood speechless. "I owe you an apology," Emma continued. "I wasn't honest about who I was." She explained everything about her experiment. Daniel couldn't believe it. "I wasn't testing people to reward them," Emma said. "I simply wanted to know if kindness still existed." She looked directly into his eyes. "You reminded me that it does." Emma invited Daniel and Lily to visit company headquarters later that week. When they arrived, hundreds of employees gathered in the auditorium. Emma stood on stage. "Many people think leadership is about power," she began. "But last Friday I met someone who showed me that true leadership begins with compassion." She called Daniel onto the stage. The room filled with applause. Emma shared how he had offered his last meal, his daughter's juice box, and even his jacket to someone he believed was homeless. Not because cameras were watching. Not because he expected a reward. Simply because another human being needed help. Many employees wiped away tears. Emma then surprised Daniel once again. "Our company needs a community outreach director. Someone who understands people better than spreadsheets ever can." She smiled. "I can't imagine anyone more qualified than you." Daniel's eyes filled with tears. "I don't have a college degree." Emma nodded. "You have something far more valuable. A heart that chooses kindness even during hardship." The position came with excellent pay, health insurance, flexible hours, and a scholarship that would cover Lily's education in the future. Daniel hugged his daughter tightly. For the first time in years, he felt hope instead of fear. Months later, Daniel helped create programs that provided meals, school supplies, and emergency assistance for struggling families across the city. Thousands of lives were touched because of one sandwich shared in a park. Emma often visited those community events without cameras or reporters. She had learned that the greatest investments were never measured in dollars. They were measured in changed lives. Whenever people asked Daniel why he had shared his last meal with a stranger, he always smiled and gave the same answer. Kindness isn't something you give after you have plenty. It's something you choose, even when life is hard. And maybe that's the lesson we all need to remember. You never truly know who the person beside you is, what battle they're fighting, or how one small act of compassion can echo through countless lives. A meal, a smile, a kind word, or a helping hand may seem small today, but it could become the turning point in someone's story tomorrow. If this story touched your heart, remember to share kindness wherever you go. The world doesn't change because of the richest people. It changes because ordinary people choose to care. And perhaps, just like Daniel, your smallest act of kindness will become someone else's greatest miracle. Thank you for watching Heartline Stories. Until next time, keep believing in kindness, because every caring heart has the power to change the world.